Hello, humans. It is me, Fuzz. Yes, more Destiny. And while my original plan, or I guess the plan I mentioned last time, was to go and grab the loot, I am running low on time because I procrastinated, unfortunately. So, I will focus on the red frame. Oh, what is this? Black history. What? Prospectively, if it was not obvious from my model, I am black. Or as humans have chosen to call it. Which is kind of weird, because in actuality we are brown. Or, well, those of whom would be... It's not black from my understanding, not really at all. Prospectively, would you hand someone a cloak that is brown and say, here's a black cloak? Would you give someone a brown sword and say, you should probably use that brown, or that black sword? Just picture, like, you walk into a store and there's like a brown table, a very clearly brown table. And then you're like, can I get the table? And then there's just like, yes, the black one. Are you sure about that, sir? I don't really know why that is, but oh well. Maybe it was a racial thing. I mean, from like the old days. Or at least that maybe that's how it started? I don't know. It doesn't really make a lot of sense if you ask me. But oh well. I don't really mind it, but this little thing here, celebrate Black history. Wait. But if my understanding is correct, Black history is not really something to be celebrated. Well, maybe it depends on what part of history. Yes, I'm assuming that is the key to understanding what they're getting at. It depends on what part of history they are speaking on. I mean, I'm sure there is probably something about the history of black or brown people. Should I refer to them as brown people from this point forth? Probably not. Though I imagine that I will eventually. Just because I will see one and that will be what my brain will think. Ah, a brown person. Even though I am also that. As far as the human body I am using is concerned anyway. Well, I haven't played much of Assassin's Creed at all. That's what this makes me think of. Up to a point. It also makes me think of Romans. Just a little bit. What with how I am running low on time, I should probably just get right down into it. Ooh, this one sparks too. I just noticed it has a bit of that lighting effect that the Warlocks one had as well. So I have an A on the back. Even if it did, it would be hard to notice it anywhere else. Or any time else. Are those cracks also glowing? If they were glowing a bit brighter, the cracks on the chest, I guess the left side of the chest? From this perspective, it looks like on the right side. Yeah. Wouldn't that be around where their heart would have been? I wonder if that was intentional or conceptually intentional. An interesting idea. There's also this story bit, which I haven't bothered to touch yet. I should make sure to deal with that probably during this week at least. Oof, my mic. And you've been dealt with. I intended on running more raids, but well, not necessarily like recently. I just mean in general, because there's loot that I wanted to acquire, especially the exotic from King's Fall. I was very, very intrigued, especially when I found out something about what it does. It was a detail that I had found out. Like, at first when I heard about the exotic from King's Fall, or like its existence, I guess, I was like, it's just another gun. When I heard it was, I'm trying to recall the order of events. Did I hear about it being a scout rifle, or did I check and then see there was a scout rifle without seeing what its effect was? Because I just wasn't interested to have that spoiled for me. At some point, I saw someone unleash its effect. It was very notable. And I mean, like, it's very notably visual effect that you would be able to see someone unleash, so to speak. For those of them who know, for those of who knows what I'm talking about, you know. I don't want to go spoiling it for everyone until I at least have it. If I end up getting it, then my playing will spoil what it does. Just kind of how it would end up being. Now then, it's just the sniper, the hand cannon, and this. So which do I focus on? Why do I feel like I can already craft the hand cannon? Can I? I should have checked the vault. I might have a red frame of it already. Well, it wouldn't be there. It'd be over here somewhere. Yes. So I can craft you in concept. Or in theory. And eventually. Inevitably. Inevitably is a better way to say, I guess. Because with it in my possession, that red frame, I'd say it's pretty much guaranteed. Let's see. Is there... Okay, hold on. Is there a way that I could theoretically get rid of this without getting the crafting ability for it? Like, if I was to dismantle it right now, it would give it to me, if my understanding is correct. I would just get less of this energy. Is there a way that I could ruin it? It's not really, how do I put it, I guess important, because I'm not trying to ruin it, nor do I really want to. It's more about the concept of how inevitable is it? Is it forced upon me? Can I not diverge, separate from this path? I guess the closest thing I could get to would be just shoving it in the vault and never accessing it. I mean, I can't exactly stuff it into the postmaster anymore. If I could do that, then I could wipe it out of existence by letting things build up. I think. I might as well just get right on into the activity. And then check what the energy is while it's loading for it. But I don't have bounties, which would be nice to have, so I almost have 200. Never mind, I'll leave it be. Stocked up on those, good. I should equip you and you. Wait! Don't know when you became level 10. But I will actually exit the activity and go to the Enclave. This is not something I want to ignore or leave any longer than I have to. I must begin tests immediately. Oh, I guess it'll be live tests, just mid-activity. Hello, other humans. I am out of here.
Smash and grab. Smash some hive, grab a chunk of submine.
And live to tell the tale.
Goodbye. Bungie, what is up with this little message here? What's the point of that? I can't access things at this time. Oh, look, you made it go away, but I still can't. I'm trying. You can probably hear me mashing the button, though. Then again, for all you know, I could be pressing anything. Heck, I could be pressing a button on my keyboard. Well, probably not. But, it would probably sound different. Oh, now I can. I didn't even have to exit the full menu. I just had to go out of the destination that I was looking at. Though I think there have been other times in the past where it wasn't that simple. Issues. Perhaps it's just something that slipped by them encoding. Though, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, depending on how many videos of mine you've seen already for Destiny, you might think me a rather harsh critic, or judge, or consumer? How else do I say someone who would assess or be in a position where they would assess such a thing or such things in the first place? Observer? partaker, enjoyer. Well, my enjoyment is, I want to say half and half, but that might not be an accurate ratio or measurement. Probably not indeed, because it's all weird. I enjoy the game, but there are times where I do not quite enjoy the game. But then again, I guess the joke's on me. I mean, I'm still playing after all. Okay, warp weapon, because why the heck not? The rest of these are just, they can't keep up. That's too good of a perk in the just versus the rest in this roster. This one, I think, why would you even bother on the weapon like this? This, I can almost see how, yes, slick draw, I guess it's connections to hierarchy is the only thing that justifies its existence on the weapon at all. Perpetual motion, maybe. I have the storm, similar to this, maybe, just with its rowdy logic. I don't really know how else to describe it. It doesn't quite fit it, but it almost does. Maybe, maybe not. Becomes more accurate. Who's handling when your health is low? Yeah, maybe. Moving target, and that seems reasonable to me. Now, do I want to keep this or go to this? That's like 6 shots. Or trigger pulls, or however you want to categorize it, gone if I switch. Something that allows it to maintain the 100 range without ruining it. This is too much, which is pointless. That'll also just lower my stats. Swap the handling. I'll go down by 2. Handling will go up by 5. It'll give it more stats overall. Slightly increases the range. Increases the range. I'll go with this. Well, the question is, if I was to go with this, if I end up changing it and going with this, then what do I use here? Anything? I think theoretically anything. Handling. This reduces stability. This must increase it more. Yeah. Handling, max handling, less handling, more handling. Wait. Oh, this increases handling speed. I was like, what's the point of this one? Or more like, what's the point of this one if this does the same thing, but just better? Or, actually, no, I was thinking of the other way around. This just confuses, like, this one's giving me handling? No, it's just this is reducing it. This would make range not a question. But for some reason, this is more potent than things like this, where it says moderately controls recoil. So then this? This is potentially what I would go for, if I was going to switch this. So if I clicked arrowhead brake, so then just this, and then either this or this, more handling, or no. Probably just this. Is there a merit to choosing any of these other ones? Stability, more stability. Increases stability. This. Stability, and then paired with this, is what I would go with. if I was going to go with the armor-piercing rounds. Otherwise, it's this, this, and you remain. Reduces my stability. Increases my handling. Reduces my mag. If I go like this. I do more damage under certain circumstances. But having this would be very useful. I shall first experiment with it like this. There we go. I get the feeling the results that I'm hoping for or thinking about are going to be hard to analyze in certain regards. How much energy? Oh no. Best case scenario, I'll only have to do it twice. I am not expecting the best case scenario. No, not at all. What should I wield alongside me? But paired with stasis, it doesn't afflict enough slow. If it afflicted enough for it to work in my benefit the way I'd want, then it'd be good, but no. It's either that or it's the frost pulse from your dodge that doesn't do it well enough. This, maybe? This, I guess. Because I feel like it.
Hive and altered elixir biosignatures are present within Bray exoscience. Submind extraction in danger.
Pew, 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 pew. Nice, but a slow reload. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. For every 2 shots, I get another shot.
I take it you've seen the error of your ways and come to join me. Good. Be a lamb and kill every last intruder in my lab. You're too kind.
I guess that's the benefit with having the perk with this way of shooting. 2 full shots. I get this feeling that this way would be effective, but the one, like the other one, would just still be more effective is what I get the feeling. Or more like it's the feeling that I get. This one might almost be better for Crucible, but I'm not sure. It's a shared ammo pool. Well done, Bungie, another bad idea. You know what else is a bad idea? That. Letting Titans do that in Crucible is a... I have a feeling he just blew himself up, but allowing Titans to do that in Crucible without any penalty, just over and over again as a form of mobility. That was a bad idea, Bungie. I don't exactly see my Hunter being able to lightning uppercut over and over again as long as I didn't hit anything. Why Titans gave this kind of special treatment? One might say that they've had this special treatment this whole time, but that doesn't really fix the situation now, does it? If a Warlock shoots out their melee ability, any of their melee abilities that work that way, including ones that have been around, like, for a while. Shoot, maybe that's not a good example. If the Hunter throws his knife and it doesn't hit anyone, it doesn't just get his knife back. That's a somewhat decent example, I guess. Except the only issue is that seems how he's actually thrown the thing. One could justify that, well, he doesn't get back because he actually flung it away. He doesn't have the energy again suddenly. Let's see, where's a better example? I think all the examples I'm thinking of were not there, actually, from the beginning of Destiny 2. Well, that's a little annoying. No, not that that really matters. Those issues are here now.
Sub-level door is opening now.
They could fix it by doing one of two things, which, if you ask me, there'd still be problems if they did one of them, which would be... They could either give the other melee abilities the same trait as the Titans one, where the melee is just retained if you didn't hit anything. Which is the one that I think would probably be not a good idea. Or they could fix it in a way that I think would make a lot of sense, whereas the Titan does not retain it if he misses. Perspectively, the Titan is not like this. It's not like this for the Titan, like with every one of their melee abilities. Like if they throw out their hammer, for instance. But once again, they've discarded the very object of their power in that regard, so it's kind of... It's not so unreasonable. It's a little harder to justify them actually still having the melee ability instead of just simply trying to justify why they don't. It's just regular logic as to why they wouldn't have the ability still. They flung it away and it missed, or maybe it didn't. Whether it missed or not, it's away, it's gone. However, then there are things like the Stasis Titan melee ability. Now imagine when Stasis came out, how freakishly amusing that would be. It'd be even more fun than it already was, if it didn't get consumed upon use. For some inexplainable reason, that Titan melee ability, despite not flinging anything away, is expended upon use, whether you hit something or not. Let's see. I'm trying to think of any other abilities that are usable in such a regard that get expended. There's the Titans one where he uses his hammer, like the new Solar one where he does the rising strike and all that, and the slam down if you choose to. Oh no. And if the Hive had abilities this potent this whole time, especially this Zivo Wrath or whatever name it's got, should have been using it a lot sooner than now. Oh, you could just flat out suppress their light? Why haven't you just killed us all already? At this point, you could probably have done it pretty freaking easily. What's this Death Stinger's Dirge or whatever she called it is a new strategy. Ooh. Speaking of strategy. Oh dear. Oi! My kill! Can you just leave my targets alone for a moment? Oh no. My new target. He got obliterated before I even got to properly greet him. Yahoo, how do you do? Do not pester me. I am dealing with my target. What? Why is there an enemy? Oh, there he is. It's like, it says there's an enemy right there, but I don't see him. This goofy motion detector. So, recently I was reminded again of how badly I need to get myself a new computer. Whereas how my computer locked itself into a state of overheating its, what I'm assuming was its CPU, it was overheating. in attempts to start again, because without my permission, the computer, I guess, decided it was time to update, which, despite my relentless attempts to figure out a way to make the computer not do that without my permission, Windows and Microsoft still found ways to, like, make sure that the computer can do whatever it kind of wants to. In my experience with dealing with computers, they're, for something as mechanical as they are, they seem an awful lot a lot more lifelike than you would expect from a machine. Especially with the aspect of how it just seemingly does what it wants, when it wants, how it wants, at times. It is the most absurd things I've had to deal with in some regards.
The maintenance shafts are just big enough to fit you and all that armor. Happy crawling.
I've had to deal with
We never knew there
machinery,
was a submine
or
housed
I guess
in Europa.
computers,
Neither
in
did the
probably
Vanguard's
certain
archives.
ways that I imagine most people
Which
have
submine
not
is
have
this?
had to deal with
I had
them,
the same question.
but it's
Turns out
kind
it's
of
not really a
weird.
submine, not in the traditional sense. It's more like a foundational AI framework they all use.
Though with how segmented, scattered, spread apart. My knowledge, when it comes down to certain things in this world, is very... Oh, hello there. You're back. I want to say scattered, but spread apart? Diverse? For better or for worse, fragmented, maybe, is the right way to describe it, perhaps. Bits of it here and there, that kind of stuff. It's not quite as uniformly knowledgeable about such things as one would have hoped, at least as far as human knowledge is that I've come to learn. I guess my understanding of English is an example.
Guardian, get gouging.
In my life so far, as a human, I have come to see that in some ways, I am, how to put it, I guess, knowledgeable. In some ways, I am diverse. In some ways, my vocabulary is not bad. In fact, in some ways, it is abnormally not bad. However, in other ways that would probably be, I guess, more of the normal ways that you would expect people to be just normally decent, I am actually abnormally not. Well, I am abnormally bad, I guess. I am not great with it. But in some ways, there are times where you might see it portray itself that would make you question that. Like how bad it really is. And this aspect of how I've come to learn about, or come to live as a human, is portrayed through certain other ways of me just how I have come to be. Ouch. We failed to kill the Death Singer in his dumb dirge, or whatever that is supposed to be in the first place. The resulting issues from this is having to run this 3 times, I think. Well, that's a pity. Yahoo, how do you do? Ow, it's not very friendly. Oh yeah, powerful. I'll be taking that. Still haven't figured out why it makes a sword sound when I swing that. Or a sound that in Destiny I would associate with a sword. Here. Please don't be bombers behind me. That was a bomber behind me, dang it. Where'd he go? Stop. Oh wait, I thought I was looking at someone else, and then he just like, no, I had you in my sights the whole time. Please stop. You are hurting me. Okay, time to die. Boy. Fine then. Well, is it just me, or did they up the speed of how you... When did they do that? I felt like I was moving a lot faster holding that orb. But I don't think that's how fast we were able to move with the orbs before, so it's kind of weird to me. Oh shoot, is this like this turn? That's like a long charge up for... Oh boy, I'm getting roasted, aren't I? Well, sometimes you just can't help these kind of things, you know? Oh! What timing? It smacked me the moment I came to. Or came back, I guess? Oh dear. We're being breached! Halt, peasants! I have an interesting looking pistol. I was trying to figure out where he went, but I think that's someone... I think that was a different one. I don't know where the other one went. Ah, thank you for bringing me back. Well, I was about to take my sword and have at it. But then it went and exploded.
Okay, Saint isn't here to tackle me. Osiris, how lucid were you during
Is that like a
your,
common thing with her?
abduction?
Saint would just
Sabathun
tackle her?
attempted to keep my consciousness suppressed, but I could still feel
I mean, that sounds
her
like a very
digging
funny
through my
relationship to have with someone. Just like
mind. That
being wary
feeling
of encountering them,
lingers.
because if you do, they'll just
Reminds me of dealing with
reflexively
Clovis.
tackle you.
I hear his voice telling me who I should be.
Who we are is not so easily overwritten. Despite all his
Without
poison
really
words,
anything specific
you
following
are
after,
still
it just
you.
is just a
Only now you wear his failed barbs like thorned
not
armor.
a prerequisite,
And
a
you hold
resulting
Sabathun's
effect of
secrets
encountering
like
each other.
a poorly labeled key.
Is that a tackle will follow. But aside
Yeah.
from that, nothing else is
I
certain.
suppose that is a suitable, if clumsy, comparison.
And this is... Oh, that's interesting. I almost have every one of them. I have everyone other than that. And why is there only one for Witchender? I think all the other ones now have more than one. You have more than one. You have more than one. Even you have more than one. Bungie. Now you've gone and made it very apparent, at least to me, that it, of all of them, it's the one that needs another one. And please don't go doing something like, I guess like this for it. Make it something like, I almost want to say like this. It doesn't have to, I don't mean look like this in theme, I mean by comparison to what it does originally. Maybe this is another good example. Don't make it like this. I'm almost, like, I could almost be fine with it probably if it is still in the same shape. Though, I guess what I kind of want is for it to be different. This is still in roughly a similar shape. It's not exact, but is almost. This one, it's got some different factors to it. Even this one is not exactly 100% the same shape. The design here is... Part of the design is different here. Like, on the other side of it, as well as the styling of certain little bits of it. But things like the Leviathan's Breath specifically portray what I'm hoping for quite a bit. Whereas it's structurally different, or its coloration theme is very different. Author of Destruction does that up to a point, but still keeps with a somewhat royal-ish feel. To be fair, maybe a more elegant look will still suit it rather well, naturally. I'm hoping for a more darker looking theme, instead of a bright theme. Author of Destruction's not so bad, but I find it's just not quite my thing so much. Am I being assaulted by you of all creatures? If I can even call you that, you odd eyeball. Bungie, what's the point of them having invisibility if you're gonna have me, my auto-aim, actually track to them, despite them being supposed to be somewhat invisible? Almost. I'm telling you, Bungie, this auto-aim is just a failed idea. This is a shooter, not a beat-em-up. Then again, I guess there is me beating them up. Like right now. And that's not bad. If you ask me, auto aim? No. Just no. As far as a standalone gimmick of the game as a whole, that is probably the worst one. That, by my analysis, that I can think of. Why would you give auto aim in a shooter? Especially when the shooter is supposed to be as high-end as this one seems to be, attempting to be. Well, definitely could be shot more. If I'm landing my hits anyway. Just contemplating what's the merit of trying to make use of it in this mode. Just more consistent far range action. But the overall firepower is ironically sullied. Oh wait. Well, don't go killing off the champion. I was gonna do that. Just using R blasting and kill off the champion. How boring. I mean, like I said, I was going to do that. That's a wall, isn't it? I'm glad I realized before I started walking into it.
A death singer's dirge. It's Zebu's battle song.
Don't go starting things too early without me. We want to kill this guy. I don't intend to let him get away either. He was surprisingly persistent for someone who I was expecting to... I mean, persistent in the sense that he didn't pull up his shield again. He was actually just trying to gun me down regularly after I busted it the first time. I was a little surprised by that. And I was expecting him to pull it up sooner, you see. Ow. It'd be interesting if changing this trait made it like an odd exotic scout rifle instead. No, that would have been interesting. I think that would have caused too many conditional problems. I mean, they have other weapons that can perform similarly, but they don't suddenly get classified that way. Oh.
Position compromised. Protect prey asset.
I cannot ascend. Dang it. You there. Oh, no, you don't. So that feels nice and potent. As it should. Are there 3 of them? I thought there was only 2. Oh boy. Where are you going? Again with runaway suicide bombers. I get you want to live a little bit longer, but I actually kind of don't. Why did you choose to be a suicide bomber? If that's how you felt. It was the stupidest decision of your life.
I know
Your
how
short
salvation
life.
is our enemy, but I feel for these Elixni. From what I've heard, becoming a Wrathborn is not a walk in the park.
Well, it is not, it seems. Or actually, maybe it could be. Make it sound like it was difficult for them, effort-wise. Huh? Well, that's annoying. So is that. That's right, he's going to probably end up killing me. If he hides like that, I won't be able to fight him. Or have the door opened soon. Can I drop this? Oh, goody. Oh, not goody. Why'd he drop 2 pieces of loot? And both off the edge. From this angle, the room's looking more odd than I recall.
One big shrieky eye.
I think the lighting's
Guardian,
doing a
get
thing.
gouging.
There we go. Now the room looks more normal. Sort of. I'll use this boss as a way to test this. If that was all the way, then I approve. Oh wait, shoot. Is the Arbor Blast guy just working to just utterly obliterate this guy, it looks like. I do not approve. My tests are not yet complete. The goal is to have 0% of the charge when I start blasting him next, so perhaps it is fine that they killed me. To reset whatever I may have started to fill. I'll make use of my other weapons upon reviving. Hello there. Nice. Wait, did that? Since when did the gloves work with swords? Well, that's news to me. I don't think I've ever seen it do that before. Wait, okay, it's time. If I can get over there, I shall. Okay. Oh, shoot. Quit moving. And furthermore, why is your ally still blasting me? About halfway. Surely not. Only halfway. I am being assaulted by way more things than I would actually expect, including an acolyte. It only did it about halfway, even with the perks that I have. Oh, they popped him. About halfway. Maybe I didn't land all my hits? Halfway?
So many secrets lost to time.
Why does it seem so incorrect?
Do you think your grandfather could ever see himself as an ally of the city?
He might see himself that way,
Seriously?
but he's
Even now?
not, it
I
seems.
concur with Anna's reaction.
No one asked you.
I agree
Mine would be an asset.
with
now,
Osiris's logic.
assuming he was
Oh,
kept content.
He doesn't
In
know
this
the meaning of
case.
the word.
a useful mind can be useful, yes. Yes. Instead of heading into another one, I will rush back to the Enclave and change it to the other role. Hopefully, yes, actually, despite how I'm not usually too fond of facing off against that boss, hopefully it is that one again. It'll make for a useful test subject, with it not really being capable of too much moving around. It can teleport around, but it is limited in the scale by comparison to the other two. Especially the Scorn one. My gosh, that one would be annoying to deal with. With its unpredictable moving around, plus being pretty much capable of teleporting as well. Get the feeling I'm just gonna put the armor-piercing rounds on it and be done with it. After I've tested it and all that. If it can only get to about 2 rounds in one mag, which I guess depending on how you look at it is almost, even from a normal mathematical standpoint, potentially just correct as well, which I don't like. They would essentially be able to get to just halfway, like half of what this one can achieve. It shoots twice as much. You see, yes. Inventory full of what? Not anymore. Hand cannon, how much energy? None from that, apparently. Extended barrel. We'll probably end up going with full bore in the end. Alloy mag, because I feel like it. What can you get? Substance? I approve. Goody Seraph rounds is there. Air assault. Seeing as how they fixed it, I'd be like, yay! Except it is still not a perk that I'd ever use, Bungie, just so you know. Yes. I can't think of a single thing that would justify me going and choosing this. No. The only thing that comes to mind is, well, at least it works now as a perk. I mean, it seems like if you were for some reason desperate for more airborne effectiveness, yeah, there you go. It works as a perk. Before, it was just stupid. What kind of a condition is getting low on health for an effect like this? Triple tap, not so bad. Well-rounded. So stability, handling a range. Nope. Also one that I would, in most cases, not use. Not quite the same as this, where I'd probably just straight up never use it. But in most cases, assuming there's enough things that are good enough, aside from it, yeah, I probably would almost not ever use it. Probably. But I think I have 1 or 2 weapons that are going that way of trying to make use of it. Rapid hit, not a bad choice. That's for all, almost guaranteed nope. Except there's one for all. Nothing to cause them to explode. So I'm gonna say probably nope for the stats for all. One that I'm interested in, another I'm interested in, and another that I'm interested in. But this one not so much. Same with this, and this is a good perk, but let's see, what would it require of me? Kill a guy, then kill with void. Golden tricorn, huh? I guess I didn't just want to call it vicious duality. They already have several things called duality at this point. They have a gun that's an exotic called duality, and they have a dungeon that's just ripped off the name of the shotgun. To be fair, it is fitting for both the gun and the dungeon to be named this. It is not, I'm not trying to say that it's fitting that the two of them are named this. I mean, individually, it fits with the two individuals. The dungeon having 2 aspects to it that is very relevant, as the shotgun has 2 aspects to it that are very relevant. It like has 2 modes, sort of not. Focus, fury, no. So 3 rolls for it is what it's looking for. So then this, and this. Grants me an overshield. Triple tap. Rapidly landing precision hits returns one to the mag. Rapid hit. Reload speed. And stability. Stability, huh? I'm thinking of putting triple tap to this one and rapid hit to this one, but I'm unsure. No. I like the idea of putting triple tap on paired with this though. But that would mean substance with this or substance with this. So substance with a repulsor brace is what I'm probably going to do. And then rapid hit with frenzy. If I was going to do something with this, what would I pair it with? Probably this. The two go together, I suppose, or can go together up to a point. Like, that's the kind of scenario where I'd probably use the two. But I think the other weapons I was pairing the two, it was a little different. It had another factor that made me even more inclined to be like, okay, I see comboing these as a not bad idea. Though, when I contemplate the nature of this perk and what to pair with it, I don't see anything better here to pair with it. Other than just simply this because it's a good enough perk, and this because it's a good enough perk, and same with this. The rest of them are just perks in general, and don't really have any relevance or are not good enough by my standards as a standalone perk to be paired with this. Okay, what one would I want to choose first? Triple tap with... Well, Pulsar Brace is nifty, but so is this. For my first one... Almost substance. Seeing as how I probably won't be working on it very much right away, this doesn't seem like an unreasonable role to me. Adapt munitions. The one with frenzy. I wonder what kind of shader I'd want to put on it. This one I think I know what I'd want to stick on it, but... I mean, what kind of options have I got? Definitely not that, because I'm going for something void-like. Something void-like. How to do this? Oh. It seems the Rasputin weapons take to this shader interestingly. Or in an interesting fashion somewhat. Oh, that's the wrong one. No wonder. That is not what I was thinking originally. Quite. No. Oh. A neutralish color scheme is what it gives it. Okay. Interesting, interesting. How about this? Oh, that gives it an interesting texture, as well as a bit of a darker look to it, slightly. I kind of like that. Just curious as to what those look like on it. Probably definitely a no with that one. So it also gives it a decent, just dark tone to it, I guess. Oh, this one makes it even darker. Nice. Lighter, unfortunately. Not quite what I expected. Also dark. I expected brighter, but with a bit of a flare to it. Similar to how this one has its typical black armory flare to it, sort of. It's a shame that this shader sometimes gives guns this kind of a look. And you might say, why is that a shame? I say, because when you apply it to armor, it gives it the look that I would have hoped for the weapon, but it doesn't. It typically doesn't do that for weapons. Whereas to get a black armory look for weapons, typically this shader versus this one is the way to go, I would say. If you give this one, sometimes it's got a where's a good example of what I'm getting at? Oh shoot. I'll only craft one for now. And as for what I was going to stick on it, I was still deciding in the first place. For this one specifically, I was thinking probably... Where is it? Probably this. Burgusian Knight. Brighter than I would have wanted, but... it has an animation to it, which is more interesting. Is there any other purple void ones that have animations? This. But can I see its animation? This is actually not that bad of a one, aside from how its purple is kind of pink instead. So one could say the same about this. I'll still contemplate about what I'd want to do for the other one. Something purple. But what? Or dark? This one gives a very slight purple hue, which is not bad. I did kind of like how this one has a very odd feel to it. I might pair that one with the Frenzy. But there's also this. In fact, I might want to use this instead of the Burgundian Knight, even though the Burgundian Knight is what I wanted to choose for at least one of them. And at this point I'm thinking maybe not with the Burgundian Knight. I'm thinking, yeah, for now I will go with this. And for the frenzy one, I think I'll go with this. For the normalish, or should I? Perhaps I'll put that on the adaptive munitions, actually. The, this. Whereas the one with frenzy, I might just leave it looking normal. Hopefully I can remember that when the time comes. I came here to change something else. Oh. Well, for one, I'm gonna change you to this. From there, I was going to use this. Yeah. Which I think is the exact same as the... No, it's not the exact same. Why do I feel like it's weirdly similar to the other one? Surely that's not what my other one has as well. What does my original one have? Full bore, like I would have done typically. Okay. Hand cannon of purple. It works with swords. That's interesting. Yes. Here we go. They gave Wish Under a lot more than I was even hoping for, actually. As much as I was already enjoying the weapon, like, when it came out. They gave it so much more than I was expecting. And they haven't even given it a catalyst yet. Hopefully they do not use all of that as an excuse to give it, like, a really, really dumb catalyst. Because that... Oh boy. It's gonna make, like, the most... weird kick in the face. Why did it have to be this one?
First, we have to deal with the Hive and the Scorn. Guardian, I believe you have a solution prepared.
As always, it seems. Is it just me, or does it feel more snappy to shoot? Whatever one that is. Is this just the effect of a little bit of extra stability? It made that big a difference? It does feel nice to be able to actually reload it without taking, like, as long as it was taking before. Not this time.
End it.
I swear, if you get in the way one more time. while I'm trying to kill this Death Singer. Someone finish him, please. Or else we lose everything. Are you guys really just gonna ignore him as he gets away? Or did you manage to kill him? It looks like you managed to kill him, but I need to make sure that he's dead. Good, it seems he's dead. I wonder if the armor-piercing rounds will actually make it do more damage to the barrier champion as well while he's got his barrier up and all that. I kind of doubt it. Oh, they both this is terrible.
Opening and setting that perimeter tower to friendly. You're welcome.
I don't know if I'm all that welcome, really. I mean, until you finally set it to friendly, it was been trying to blast us. Whoop-de-doo, Anna. You turned it to friendly right after we dealt with everything. You know, when you turning it to friendly no longer means anything.
Churns with gnashing teeth around Luna. Our enemies are drawn to our presence.
The Hive, the Scorn. Their numbers seem endless, but we're used to finding victory against the odds. Let's get that submind, Guardian.
Get back here, you two. Oh. They said they fixed it. They were wrong. They did not fix it. Upon activating my my eager edge, I still slowed. It made me slow down, actually, because of how fast I was moving. Seems they've got still things to fix yet about eager edge. I missed. No. Yes, there we go.
Patch me in and I'll get that door open again.
And it was still interrupted despite my attempts to prevent the ridiculous cheapskates from actually making their way there. Ooh, an ignition. Ouch.
Cracked it. move.
Again, she sounds like she did something. Last I checked, Ghost was the one who was dealing with the terminal.
Vault security re-up. You know what to do, Guardian. You were right, Mara. That Scorn's definitely trying to corrupt the submind and using some weird interface to copy out files. Luckily, it looks like Malahayati's rewriting itself with repair protocols every time we clear the bunker. So damage is minimal.
I suspect the witness is treating this Scorn as a living archive, copying important information to its mind for safekeeping. Troubling.
Perhaps the effect of my sword actually is what was causing it to make that sound. Perhaps, essentially, maybe my gloves was not actually triggering the effect. That's weird because I don't recall the effect of my sword making a sound before when it would trigger the ammo recovery. It is odd to me.
Vault open. All right, Malahayati, here we come.
Brace yourself, you flippin' turkey. We're here. Whatever the heck your name is. Why has it even got a name? As I checked, it's just part of Rasputin. I mean, it's not quite as similar as how there are parts of my body, like my left leg, my right foot, both my shoulders. But no, then there's like my allocated human name. And then this guy, he's got like a segment of his brain has like a name. Like it's a person. Most people don't look towards their kneecap, or even worse, a fragment of it, and be like, alright, Jonathan the Third. Or Alexander. If timed just right and aimed just right, a brilliant place to potentially level this weapon out. Ooh. Into another wave. Though it looks like they've positioned it very oddly. Whereas it should have potentially been able to hit even more of them. It looks like it is not, for some odd reason. Well, hold on there. You almost shoved me off. Looks like the boss is cheating again. How did he suddenly get all the way over here when he was on the other side? I think just a moment ago. Unfortunately, this boss is not necessarily great for trying to test out this pulse rifle's effect.
Now that
I think I'll end up
Rasputin's
just
back
leaving it
online,
like
I think
this.
I can specify which file clusters we're pulling from the submine.
Clever. If we can align
Oh,
the structures with
I am
Rasputin's
out of
current
energy.
ones, integration will be even faster. Actually, if we'd like to add another string to our bow, so to speak, you could plant a scrambling encryption.
It's a great idea. It'd
An
slow down
unforeseen
anyone
issue.
other than
Oi!
Red from trying to take over the bunker.
You rude piece of...
The Bray sisters reunited. Pride is in
What a rude peasant. I'm hoping the guy I revived didn't think I was trying to knock him off too. I was just plotting on sending myself far away. Well, great. I'm already gone over the time that I was plotting for with how short time I have. But I don't have enough of the currency. What would give me currency fast enough? Flaw with the design of this season. Heading into the dungeon will take too bloody long. I guess with how I have extra days, I could just pick this up again at a different time. Hope to get more of it. How much more do I need? 500. Let me get this straight. I have 2 things left to craft. You and you. As long as I can get the amount, I only need 2 more days. So I don't really need to push myself to play every day from this point forth. With it being just like the end of this week and then 1 more week, I really doubt I'll be able to accomplish all the other goals I had in mind to accomplish before the end of this expansion, but if all goes well, or more like if things go well enough, hopefully I'll at least be able to get the exotic bow. Unfortunately, there's no guarantee that I will be able to, as well as, or more like because of how I don't think I can just infinitely grind it on a character that I can win with. I mean, I'm almost won with all my characters at this point, but my warlock still needs a bit more time against that punk. I guess I'll call it here, even though I didn't manage to acquire the red frame. I did manage to craft something new, though, and I should probably stash away that other pulse rifle, seeing as I'm done with it. But yeah, that's it for now, or for this time. Yeah, as usual, it's been me, Fuzz. And you'll see me again, well, next time. Bye for now. I should probably get to sleep. Oh. This human brain's feeling kind of odd right about now. Oh, I've got to do some more work after all, so probably definitely should go to sleep. Bye-bye.